The people really love the Powell versus Chris Webber debate. So we got another one for you. We stepping it up. KG or Tim Duncan? Who's the better player in their prime? We'll get a poll going as well, but better player in their prime.
Are we including accolades?
You can include whatever you like.
Are we talking about play? You said player, like hooping wise, like who do we want to hoop with, or who do we just think career wise was better? Because
I mean, career wise, I feel like okay. That's what I'm saying. It's tough to go 5-1 accolades wise. Really that's why we talk. Who was the better player?
Okay, I'm in a prime. I'm gonna say KG because KG carried that team. He carried Minnesota. Tim Duncan had help in his prime. You know what I'm saying? He had
the main one, but
he had a great line of veterans. When he first came in the league, D-Rob, Avery Johnson, Sean Elliott, Mario Ellie, that's a great lineup of veterans. And, and me had already won chips and stuff. So, but KG carried that Minnesota team. At first when you thought about Minnesota, that's who you're thinking of. When you thought about San Antonio, at first, you're thinking about David Robinson because, he was the admiral, that was the anchor, he was the face of that team. And yeah, Tim Duncan came along and he had success, but I don't know if he would have been able to carry a team early on, like if you the way that KG did. KG was that everything for that team. Now Tim Duncan didn't become that until he was seasoned later in his career, and then that's when he got the likes to play with Manu and
but he got to grow
Tony
into
Parker.
Like
he got to grow into it to carry his team, but. In the prime, from the door, no, I would say KG.
Are we trying to win a championship or just a game?
Does that change your answer?
Yeah. I mean, see, KG, you got to think, and we got to be real. When KG first got in the league, KG wanted to play defense and rebound way more than he wanted to score. You know what I mean? Way more than he wanted to score.
But he still had to carry that team.
But by the time he got in his third, fourth, fifth year, that's when he started getting like 20 maybe. I think something like that. But he wasn't.
17, 20,
yeah, he wasn't. And Tim I think Tim had almost been at 20 his whole.
He walked in. Yeah.
His whole career.
He's 22.
Cause shit, you know why? Because we got to worry about the other motherfucker on the other side. We can't double him.
Yeah, but you got to understand, but Minnesota wasn't one of those top tier teams, so you know what I'm saying? When you're on one of them teams, somebody got to score.
No, that's what I'm saying. Like Tim Duncan went into a space where it just so happened that San Antonio, was bad that for that season.
Right, Robinson got hurt. They were a playoff
mainly
team.
Due
Robinson
to injury,
got hurt, and they got the number one.
That's how they ended up with that slot with getting Tim Duncan, but. If David Robinson wouldn't have got hurt, they wouldn't have never got Tim Duncan because they wouldn't have been, that low. Oh, yeah. But that's what I'm saying. Early on, Tim had help. Like, shit, you got to worry about David Robinson. Look at that team he had. And Sean Elliott, the good casting crew that he had compared to that young Minnesota team. Because remember, that was also a franchise, a beginning franchise.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So you got to look at it. Yeah, they're not going to give Minnesota all of the top guys in the league.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But that's who Tim was playing with early on in his career. So again, in the prime, as we said, for me, yeah, I'm gonna go with Ticket.
Yeah, and KG
between them two.
I'm gonna go with Ticket as well too. Ticket man, his energy is infectious, man, and how hard he played, the type of dude he is, man. You want to go to war with guys like him. I'm not saying you don't want to go to war with a guy like Tim because Tim showed it.
Yeah, you do.
He's a champion, but just more for how I am. I think me and KG would have vibed way more than I think me and Tim would. You know what I mean? Because KG just, man, if you ain't never been around him, man, it's the funniest dude you ever want to be around, man.
Now, you said game and championship. Which is your answer for?
I mean, if I'm trying to win a championship, obviously he got 5 rings and KG got 1. So, you know what I'm saying? You want to go to, obviously, you know what I'm saying? But because Tim, he just get it done. But he had, like you said, he had better teams. You know what I'm saying?
We didn't mention Kawhi, Tony Parker.
Yeah, so he had some better players, obviously. But
Popovich.
And I think the other thing with Tim that he lucked up on, he was, I think, one of 3 dudes that played in our era that stayed in the same city that drafted him.
Yep, him, Duncan, Cole.
And Cole, yep.
Yep, him, Duncan, Cole.
Poll is in. The people say 64% going Tim Duncan.
Yeah, they looking at the chips.
They got the chips.
The accolade. I'll say
But the question was, that's why we had to focus in on the question being in the prime.
Right. Yeah, TD's got the edge in rings. He's got MVPs 2-1.
All that,
Finals MVPs. KG does have he's got the DPOY and more all defensive teams.
Yeah.
So if you're saying you wanted that defensive anchor, like you said, while he got to grow into that 20, 25 point a game guy. I give him passing as well. I feel like KG was for a big guy back then getting like 5, 6 assists. Timmy wasn't doing that, even though he could pass.
Yeah,
for sure.
Right. But no, because KG was obviously, getting that ball more. And I would say that because he was the number one option.
He was the hub,
even early on in Tim's career, in his prime, he wasn't that number one option at first. We all know it was Dave. And, now I'm not saying Tim Duncan was chop suey down there, you know what I'm saying, or playing on the block opposite of Dave. But, when it was early on in the crunch time, hey, Pop drawing things up for Dave. He going to give Tim the game winners more on like the mediocre teams and shit like that in the beginning. Yeah. But the big games,
he's going D-Rob.
Yeah, he going with D-Rob. But Tim, obviously, we all, like you said, he had the career that he had. And he had a chance to play with other great players. And he stayed there his whole career. People don't realize that's a big benefit, yo.
Right.
To be able to stay in the city your whole career, and you play like 16 through like 20 years?
He get to 20. He might have got to 20. But they have to earn it though, right? You got to earn. Like we can trust. If I'm Tim Duncan, if I'm Kobe, if I'm Dirk, it's like I can trust you as an organization to put championship caliber facilities, players, coaches, training staff, and keep that around me because that's my main goal. So you got to earn that trust, right?
Yeah, but sooner or later that trust run out. I mean, we might have trust for 10 years with you, but sometimes
another 10.
We got to move on sooner or later. Now we got to get something for you. But them dudes, I feel like they kept their value on and off the court at a high level, and you couldn't trade them. Made them, because once the community get behind you, you'd be hard to trade. Like once the community get behind you, and we love you, and we might have to come see you, Mark Cuban, if you trade Dirk, or you know what I mean? Like if you if you get that feeling, because community loves you. You know what I'm saying? Like you are been a staple in our community. You've raised a lot of our generation of these kids. They also already know it's you. The adults that was 20 when you got here, now they 40. They love you. The 40, they 60. So I mean,
their babies are grown.
They're grown. So that you're a part of our fixture of our organization forever, like forever. So we can't get rid of you. Even when Michael Jordan left and went to the Wizards, I still can't picture him in a Wizards jersey because I only know him in the Bulls jersey. It's like,
yeah, it's tough.
It's tough.
Photoshop.
Yeah, it's tough. I'm gonna tell my.
And there was some ugly ass jerseys at that.
Yeah, I'm gonna tell my great grandkids that was Photoshop.
Yeah. You think we got any guys like that? Like stay. Let's call it 20.
Oh, Steph.
Is it only him? Like
KD.
No, KD don't.
Oh no, I'm sorry. Yeah,
you might have
apologies.
Tatum might.
I was like Tatum, Jokic.
Yeah, Tatum.
Embiid.
Jokic might. No. I could totally see Embiid forcing his way out of Philly real soon.
No. Oh wow.
No, Embiid
I
ain't
totally
going nowhere.
He's miserable. He's miserable in Philly, man. He want to come to Indiana so
Embiid
bad.
Ain't going nowhere. Man, the fuck out of here, dog. Don't be sitting up there trying to low key recruit.
He's looking
my
at houses
guy.
in Bloomington.
I'm just saying.
Yeah,
I mean,
dude.
it's a. Miles Turner straight up.
Luka? Is Luka another?
Yeah, Luka will stay there.
Ant-Man? We think Ant-Man's just like Minnesota's
Ant-Man gonna
their guy.
Ant-Man coming to Atlanta one year.
Yeah,
I'm just
Ant-Man.
You heard it? No. Turn him up.
He gonna get. I think at some point, later in his career, he gonna get out of there.
Get that itch.
Them cold Minnesota nights, boy. Whew.